Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video review. This time I'm going to be reviewing a few Funko Pops, and it is the Aladdin Funko Pops. Actually, I'm going to be reviewing the entire line of the live-action Aladdin film. So yeah, so at the time of filming this, I haven't seen the movie yet, so obviously, some of the things I say about the costumes might change, obviously, once I see the movie. However, at the time of filming this, it's Thursday morning. I'm going to see it 6 o'clock tonight. I'm very excited for this movie. I know this is a really mixed bag movie. I've talked to people that are excited for it, and I've talked to people that are just absolutely hating it, so we'll have to see. I did get to see a portion or a clip from Disneyland where they showed the whole Street Rat song, and I really enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed the trailers a whole lot. My only time that I didn't enjoy it was when they first showed the Genie. Wasn't a big fan of that shot of him, but overall I'm very excited for the movie. Aladdin's one of my favorite Disney movies, and can't wait to see this live action live action interpretation of the film. So so let's get into it. Let's start reviewing them. This is the entire line. The line consists of 5 regular figures as well as 1 exclusive, which is that Jasmine on the left, which is a Hot Topic exclusive. So let's get into it. Let's start off with the big two, Aladdin and Jasmine in their classic costumes. As you can see here, Jasmine, I would say, is one of the best pops of the line. First of all, I really like her positioning. She's kind of like stepping forward, hands out to the side, very princess-like, but I do like the motion in it. It's not just standing. Everybody else is relatively just standing, but she's got some motion to it, which is very cool, and she is the one, if you look at everybody, that has the smallest feet by far, and yet she is very stable. Completely can stand on her own, which is wonderful. Some of the Aladdins, the Prince Ali Aladdin needs the base on mine. Like, without the base he falls over. So it's pretty amazing that even posed stepping forward and with the smallest feet, she is the most stable, which is really cool. But the actual design of the costume is really nice. I actually really like it from the film in general, but the sculpt in here is really cool. They did kind of like keep her famous kind of midriff section. Obviously it's not her actual skin, it's gold, but at least they like did the separation to kind of hint back at it, which I like. I think that's a smart way to do it. But I really do like the light blue that's used. She's even got heels. I didn't notice that. Wow. This figure is very stable for how just looking at it, it doesn't look like it would be stable, but it totally is. The whole crown piece is really nicely detailed. I like the metallic blue in the detailed sections of the gold. I think it looks really nice. And then the little veil on the back looks really good. It is translucent, of course, which I think is quite nice. The little section here is translucent as well, and then her ponytail is kind of flipping to one side. Really nicely done. I think this is might be the best pop of them all. I think that it looks excellent. It really does. There is a different version of that. There's a repainted kind of diamond sparkle one that's a Funko store exclusive. It looked really cool. You know, if it was like a regular figure in the line, I'd probably get it, but Funko exclusives, just I have to pay more, and it's just not worth it. Going over Aladdin himself in his kind of street rat costume, I think it looks nice. I think that the white looks a little plain, to be honest. I'd like a little bit more detailing there. It just looks really simple. The back coloring looks really weird. I never noticed that his fez is like green with purple in it. He's got like a Joker fez, very strange. Something I didn't notice from the trailers or the concept art or anything. So I think that looks weird. I don't know if Funko used the completely correct colors there, but I assume that they did. The hair looks really nice the way that it's kind of flushed out to the side, looking pretty cool. And then the fact that his boots kind of flare up. Looking nice. Pose is just super simple. I wish he was doing something, holding bread, something. This is just a little simple for my taste, but obviously main character, gotta get it. And what's really nice about this figure is that he comes with a little mini pop, and it's a pretty substantially large mini pop. You know, some of the other figures that I've received that have like mini extras with them, like Mike TV, Mr. Babinski, Coraline, they're not this big. This is actually quite a big one, which is very cool, but it's obviously a Boo, and he's looking great. They could have easily like given us a carpet pop with a Boo, and that would have been cool too, and that would have been a way for them to save money. But this one looks really cool. It's not the best in the world, but it's nice. I like his little fez and the little tassels on top. It does look pretty cool. I do like it. Going over some of their different costumes. Here we have Jasmine in her, it's called a Desert Moon costume, and then the Prince Ali costume for Aladdin. The Jasmine one, I'm not a big, like, I don't know what I feel about this costume. I'm not quite sure what this costume is from in the movie. I've seen, like, one shot of it. My guess is that this is the costume that she wears when she meets her, like, first suitor or something. Unless it's just, you know, a random costume that she wears at some point. At first, I thought maybe it was like her equivalent of the red costume that she wears at the end of the movie when Jafar's taken over, but I don't think that's the case. I really hope that she does have, like, a red costume for that scene, by the way, though. But nonetheless, it looks nice. Like, I do really like the gold squares. They're actually, like, really shiny, and they're painted on really nicely. And then the detailing in the middle section is actually sculpted on, which is very cool. Her hands together are nice, you know, but it's a very kind of royal pose. I don't think it fits Jasmine super well, to be honest. And then her hair is completely down, which is very different. I'm not used to seeing that. But the coolest thing about it is kind of this veil. I think it looks really cool. The dotted gold pieces are a little too manufactured, in my opinion. They look a little too clean, but nonetheless it's nice, and the whole thing is translucent. So this is actually the heaviest pop of all of these, because you get the massive veil piece. So it's pretty neat for that regard. Not amazing. I wouldn't have gotten this one if it wasn't the, you know, Hot Topic you buy 2 get 1 free deal. You know, I needed to get an even amount. I was also buying some Toy Story pop, so it just worked out that I needed one more, and I grabbed her. So yeah. Same thing actually happened with Prince Ali. I bought all of these, and then I just on another day when I was buying Mysterio, I had another pop, and then I was just like, hey, I'll throw in Prince Ali to complete the set. This is probably my least favorite one, though. It's a little simple. The white is very clean, which is nice, but it's a whole lot of white. And the little feather on top does look pretty cool. It would be nice if it was kind of falling forward. I mean, I don't know if that's going to be a thing in this movie, but I know that in the original, of course, the feather, like, is always falling forward in front of his face. So it would be neat if it was kind of falling forward on this pop as well. The gold detailing on the white, though, is actually really well painted, surprisingly, because that's a really high contrast of colors, and it's painted fine. The boots look very cool as well. They're basically identical boots to his street rat costume, but instead of, like, the brown outlining, it's gold. So I guess that's his upgrade for being a prince. But just on mine, at least, the way that he's sculpted, without being in the base, he falls forward. He's got nothing that's keeping him back. This is actually one of the pops that I keep in package, though, so I don't mind it too much. And then going over our kind of secondary characters, Jafar and the Genie. The Jafar pop, I'm a huge fan of Jafar. Disney villains are really my thing, and I find this pop to be really disappointing, to be honest. It's pretty simple. There's a lot of different costumes that you can go with for Jafar, and they picked one that I'm just really unsure about. Like, I'm not sure where this is in the movie, because his red costume that's on some of the more modern posters is, first of all, it's bright red, and then it has a lot of detailing inside of it, and then he also wears the black one with gold detailing inside of it that this clearly isn't. So I'm just not sure what costume this is, if this is his, like, beginning of the movie costume, if this is his sorcerer costume, you know, like, I don't know. He's obviously gonna have a few costume changes, which I'm happy about, but this is, out of all the costumes that I've seen, I haven't seen this one, first of all, and second of all, it's the weakest in my opinion. Having the black one or the bright red one would have been better than this, in my opinion. And then also his staff doesn't look accurate, at least from what I've seen from the posters, like the more modern posters. His staff is, like, black with really intricate detailing of red. So I don't know what this gold with green detailing is all about. I don't know if this is inaccurate or this is just his staff from a certain point in the movie. Not sure. I'll know soon, though, of course. But overall, he looks okay. The hand on the hip is nice. I do like his little feather up here. And overall looks good. The back looks really nice. I like the cape with this. It's almost like a leaf gold outlining. I think that looks quite nice as well. So he's a little plain in my opinion, but he looks alright. Would have liked him to come with a little Iago, similar to how Aladdin comes with a little Abu. I think that would have been really cool, especially since there's no Iago in this line. I'll talk about some other characters that they could do after I talk about the Genie here. The Genie is actually a really nice pop. I think it looks quite cool. I like his pose, first of all. Arms, having his arms up, and then the kind of smoke effect at the bottom. The smoke effect is nice. It's got like this really soft blue that's been washed with a lighter blue to really bring out some of the lines in there, and then the very edges of it is like this dark blue. I think it's really cool. The only thing that might have been better is to have one of those blues be translucent, like the main section be translucent, and then add the extra spray to it to outline the waves in it, and then to outline the very base of it. I think that would have been nice, maybe make it pop a little bit more. The little waist piece looks good though as well, and then his gold kind of restraints look really nice, really well detailed actually. A lot going on there, which is cool. The little earring looks nice, and then his little ponytail is really nicely done actually. I do like it quite a bit. Would have liked a little bit more personality in the face. The face is a little plain. However, I think I would have liked a little bit more personality in Will Smith's performance in general. They did, in that clip where they showed the Street Rats song, they also showed a clip of Aladdin meeting the genie for the first time, and I'm not huge on Will Smith as the genie. He might be able to impress me, but from what I've seen, even seen like an entire clip of him doing it, he's not what I would have hoped for. I think that he's a safe choice and just kind of a boring one, to be honest. I could definitely see some other actors doing a more interesting job than he does. But yeah, so he's really my only concern about the movie. I'm very excited for it in general. Can't wait for the music. Aladdin has probably my favorite soundtrack as a whole. I really like Little Mermaid, but Aladdin might be a close second, if not first. But yeah, overall, nice line, nice range of characters. They could do more, though. What I would like is, again, like a Carpet would be a really great one as well. Carpet looks to be really cool in this new movie. I like how big he is, and I think a pop of him would be really neat as well. And of course, they could have included Abu. I think that would have been really cool. They could obviously do an elephant Abu, assuming that's going to happen in the movie. I'd like to see maybe the genie in his kind of regular civilian costume, you can say, where he's not blue. That would be cool as well. If Jasmine has a red costume at the end of the movie, I'd like to see that too. Jafar could be done in a different costume, an Iago one. I don't want Iago that's like massive like they did with the cartoon one where they made an Iago pop, but he was like as big as every other pop. I'd like him to be a little bit more in scale, like Abu here. So maybe Carpet with what is it? Iago would be kind of neat, although those two characters don't really fit together. Doing like a monster Iago, because obviously Iago becomes like a monster in this movie, would be really cool, like as a movie moment. And then if Jafar turns into a snake, I'd love an updated version of this that is movie. That would be super cool. But yeah, overall, I'm really excited for the movie. I might be the only person in the world that can say that, but I am actually very excited for this live action interpretation. I hope that it does not disappoint. Certainly could, but I'm hoping it doesn't. But yeah, there you go. That's my thoughts on the live action Aladdin line from the Funko Pop series. Let me know what you guys think of the figures, and thanks so much for watching.